Alright guys, welcome back. It is Sunday morning. And I have a dilemma here. I guess it's a good dilemma to have, but maybe not. Alright, first off, I got some of this hay baled. It gave a lot more than I thought. I think I do have all my yields from last year recorded. I go field by field and log the number of bales that each field gave as a reference. And so I got two wagons here, and I think we did like 200 and I don't know, we got bear with me here. We did have a dump truck load taken off of these wagons. It was over 200 bales, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I'm not done. The reason I'm not done is I could not finish last night, and it was 5 o'clock when I started baling. And tell me the battery's dead in this thing. I was afraid. It was on in the box the other day, and that seems to be what the problem is. So I started baling around 5 o'clock, had to stop. We loaded up the guy, kept going, and sure enough, it got to be too tough. The hay got, we started getting dew pretty early yesterday evening. Yep, battery's dead, so I can't even. All right, the moisture monitor was spiking up to, I'll set this aside so I remember to put a battery in it. The moisture was spiking all the way up to 26% in the evening. Now during the day, from about 5 to 6:30, it was like 14. So 14 is good enough for me. I had to leave. Yeah, some of these are wet. I had to leave 2 windrows under the trees. I left because it was up to 35%. That's way too wet. Those bales will never dry, and they're not going to dry anyway. So I did leave 2 windrows under the trees, and probably what's going to happen, I'm just going to take the tedder up and ted them apart and just let it in the field. It's green manure for next year. But the problem is I could not finish last night. I had to stop. I stopped around 7:30, and I have 3 windrows left up in the field. Which 3 windrows may not sound like a whole lot, but that is that real long field that's on a contour that's probably a 1/4 mile long or more. So till you get from one end to the other, long story short, I probably have 75 bales still in the field to bale. All right, today's Sunday. I'm not big for working on Sunday, but there is a chance of rain today, more so in the late evening. I'm going to wait and see what kind of a day this is going to turn into. It's morning now. It's pretty early. I'm going to see what the weather's going to do today. If it's pretty much going to stay clear till the evening, I'm going to take the rake back up and just roll the windrows from one side to the other just to move them around a little bit. Make sure they're dry. And once they get dry, I might take a wagon up and bale those last 75 bales. So that's a long way to say I didn't get done last night because it just got tough. So everything's working fine mechanically. I didn't have any problems. And the weights, the 986 with the wheel weights, I put 600 pounds on here, and you do feel it. The tractor does feel a little bit heavier. The thing I noticed is it's a lot rougher. It rides a lot rougher than it used to, but that's okay. So I forget how many bales. I have to look. I wrote it down how many bales I actually did yesterday. I'll have to see. I went through a ball of twine per knot or per needle per side. So but they're pretty heavy bales, and you know, some of them are just, I have to be very careful when I put these away because some of these are a little wetter than I'd like them to be. So I have to see. I'm hoping we're not going to get any kind of, yeah, there's a wet spot. Hoping we're not going to have any type of molding or anything like that. So so I still have hay in the field. It's raked. Didn't get to bale it last night. And if I do go to bale some today, I'm going to have to pull everything out of here. I got to pull these 2 wagons back out and get a fresh wagon. We didn't get to unload anything. It just got late last night. So here we are. I'm going to have, by the end of today, I'm going to have 3 full wagons. And weather-wise, I should cut more hay today because it's going to be nice, but I'm just going to let it go. For being on a Sunday, I don't want to go too wild here. So it's supposed to be, we have a heat wave coming. We're back up in the 90s, which is good hay drying weather. So we'll I have to keep an eye on the forecast. But yeah, I got 2 loaded wagons and a dump truck load out of here, and it's already more than I did last year, even with the about 75 bales I have left to bale today. So I'll keep you guys posted and find out what we do if we do decide to go out and bale some more. So I'll come back with you. So now I'm going to give you guys the PA Farms swamp update here. You've been following the progress of this wet hole so far all summer. The water's gone. So in a matter of a week here without any rain, or I shouldn't say a week without any rain, without torrential rains, this has finally drained off. There's no more standing water here, so we just have to wait till it's not so muddy, wait till it dries up. We do have a heat wave coming, at least 3 days in the high 90s with no rain in the forecast. So I'm thinking we'll be able to get into this. I want to try to do it all in one day. I want to rip it around again and plant the tillage radishes. We're also putting in some turnips and a couple other little things. The deer will probably love it this winter and fall, but get some organic matter here. So like I say, the plan is to rip it up again, plant the seeds. We're going to drag over the top to cover them, and a lot of that loose hay that I have up in the barn and some of the wet bales, I'm gonna just coat the top of this with some organic matter, I guess you could say, and just let it grow up and see what happens. I haven't decided yet if I want to run the Vibrashank through that dead corn right there. You see all that corn is dead and there's no grain there. So we might widen this a little bit or just let it there, I don't know. And if you guys can see it, I'll zoom in. You'll see right there, it's walking away from me. There's a little fawn. There's a deer fawn here. It still has its spots. It's there every day, all day long, just eating the grass on the side of the road. There was a mother and 2 young ones here in the spring, and I think the mother got hit out on the road because it was laying there, and now this fawn, I think, was one of the orphan fawns from that mother. So it's just here eating every day. It's spooky of people, so you can't really get close to it. But yeah, it's a little pet fawn here that's here every day. So more grain eaters, but I'll just let it go. So yeah, that's what we got going on. The wet hole is dry.